be here. There should be more than one schoolmaster. Okay, I feel like I'm picked up. I'm not sure, but it could be the boat swinging. Oh, something had me, I think. I think my bait moved. Come on, fish. Where you at? Be here. I want to see you. You don't know exactly when, Christina. That's cool. All good. Dave Procky's out here shouting out Keys Ocean Views. Let's go. Nice, y'all. I see what y'all are saying. Bobcats Rock, how's it going? Yo, Duder fan, how's it? Duder Dan, I should say. You moved from Wisconsin to Fort Myers. Now you're a Floridian. Congratulations. Another one, chat. A lot of people have been coming down, and I don't blame you. I mean, we have fun down here. It's great. I love it down here. That's very, very cool. Gotta go fishing with you sometime. Hey, like I say, if you're in the area and I'm available, it could definitely happen. Just gotta make sure you're bringing the right vibes, the right energy. You know what I mean? We're gonna be streaming it. Gotta be ready for a long day on the water. You know what I mean? It's gonna be like that. I'm not going home for you. But you know, I will be trying to make it so it's fun for everybody, obviously. Okay, well, gonna try another spot here. Back a little further. Try right there. See if there's an unsuspecting fishy. And I don't know, maybe we can drop back to a different tree here. I mean, it doesn't look thick with snappers, that's for sure. There's definitely fish around, though. You know what I mean? Yo, Ronnie Harmon, you just want to catch ballyhoo. Just catch bait with Russell all day. Hey, catching bait is so important. Catching bait is mad important. There you go, people. Ronnie knows you gotta catch up that bait. There's just a few of you in here. I don't know what it is, but you guys just love the bait fishing. My favorite streamer right now. Let's go, Christina. Thank you so much. That's so funny. I mean, I can't help but smile when people tell me that. It still seems weird. I still feel like I'm new here, but things do, you know, we do have fun out here. It's true. We have fun. Okay, looks like my bait kind of swam right way out of there. See if I can't get this back. Where was I before? I got hit hard back in that hole. I'm gonna try to get in that little hole back there. Well, the tree kind of put me a little short of where I wanted to be, but that should work. Hopefully they'll still come and eat it. But no, I want that bigger lemon to come back again. I've seen black tips in this area too. I've never seen bulls. I mean, plenty of nurse sharks. There's definitely nurse sharks around. But yeah, I mean, that was a nicer sized lemon shark that we saw before. We caught the little one. The little baby. I'm still thinking about that lemon we saw at the gas dock. That was a good one. And I told the dudes there when I was paying, I was like, yo, that's a nice lemon shark that swims around here. He's like, what? What are you talking about? That just goes to show all the time it happens where there's a big beautiful fish right at people's feet and they don't even know it. You just gotta look. And you know, you got me like looking everywhere I can all the time. I'm a lifelong seawall walker. Always looking for the fishy action. I can't help it. You never know what you're going to see. That's the exciting thing. Could just be a bunch of tarpon and some snappers and brim and grunts. And then next thing you know, you got a big old lemon shark, like a fatty, coming by too. We're back on the boat fishing solo. Let's go. Yes, we are. Feels good. You missed one? Yeah, we missed one. They can be tricky back here. I missed one earlier too. Not happy about it. Jeremy, they're going to sink your state. Florida's going down. Everyone's coming. No, I don't think that's what's going to do it. But, I mean, being a lifelong South Floridian, you know, I've lived my whole life around Miami. I can tell you, I mean, it is kind of crazy to say, but sea levels are rising. I've noticed it over the course of my lifetime. I've talked about it before out here too. It's kind of crazy how right now, you know, the highest tides of the year are actually becoming problems for people. You know, they flood the roads and people can't get back and forth from work. It creates horrible traffic jams. There's some areas where they're like building houses kind of like up on stilts, kind of similar style to what happens down here in the Keys, to prevent, you know, flooding on the highest tides of the year. Which, you know, if you're a meteorologist or, I don't know, an oceanographer, the highest tides of the year are known as your spring tides. But in the past 10 years or so, if you've been in South Florida, you know they basically recoined the term for the masses. They call them king tides. We have king tides now. So that, you know, when they're talking about it on the news, it sounds more dramatic. We got the king tides, as opposed to what's just a spring tide. And, you know, back when I was a kid, there was no such thing as a king tide. But it's, you know, gotten to the point where the highest tides of the year are actually a problem for people. And you see it, you know, people, the way that they build their seawalls have changed. People are building much higher, more robust seawalls. I mean, it's 100% noticeable, everybody. The sea level is rising. It's kind of crazy to think about, but true. You had a couple tarpon in this spot. Yeah, Ronnie, for sure. Come on, tarpon. We've caught just about everything that you'd want to catch in this spot. Except for, we haven't caught a snook or a redfish, but redfish would be tough. And some people have been talking about sheep's head too. That's unlikely to happen as well. But there should be snook around. If nothing else, there should be snook around. Alright, people. I am starting to think about a change of gears here. This is not a fire bite like I was hoping it would be. It's a little slow, huh, ain't it? A little slow, huh? Nice. Thank you, Sarah. Fish Mike. You say king tides out in California too. You just figure that's the lay term that's used, which is weird because spring tides is already a pretty lay term. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But have they been have they been calling them king tides for like your whole life? Or has that only started like in the past, I don't know, 10, 15 years? Okay, I think I'm going to try to put it back over. Where do I want to put my bait? Where do I want, chat? Where are the fish? Where are the fish at? Yeah, now they talk on the news. Oh, it's king tide season. Might want to leave your house early in case there's traffic on your route. And like, for example, there are certain spots around Miami also where they've installed pumping stations to help pump the water off of land and back into the bay or back into the ocean. Because flooding is just a real bad problem sometimes. Especially, for example, I mean, the worst case scenario would be if there's a hurricane coming and you get storm surge from the hurricane, which is increased or higher water levels just because the wind is pushing water onto shore. So if you get storm surge from a hurricane in combination with a high tide, you're going to have flooding everywhere. So they just want to make sure that they're able to pump the water off of land and back to the sea. Because they can't wait for it to just drain, I guess. It takes too long. Yeah, French doggy, you know it. There you go, French bulldoggy. Is the current moving very, very slowly? It is kind of pushing back, but you usually don't get much current flow in these mangrove areas anyways. You know, basically there's one entrance and one exit to this little area that we're at. So you don't get too much current flow. It's not like the water is flowing through here. I see a fish on the bottom right there. I'm going to see if he wants to eat this. He looks kind of small. Might be a pinfish even. But he's actually right here in our chum. Kind of in the shade of the boat. Drop this thing down and see if he wants to grow up into a big snapper all of a sudden. Oh, he's looking at it. He's interested, chat. Is he going to do something about it or just leave it? We've had a lot of fun in this area with live bait. Just cast it up to the trees. And that's when you have your best chance of getting lit up by a tarpon or something like that. Now, we've gotten them on the chunks before, too. We've gotten barracudas on the chunks. Yeah, let me see if I can't get up in this shady area. Oh, buddy, that was a bad one. Come on, come on. Yes. Nice. Let's try that again. I'll take that. Let it sink. Hope it stays in the shade. Come on, fish. Just find it and eat it. Do what you do. You know you want it. You're hungry. But I don't know, people. I'm actually starting to think about heading to a bridge. Trying to troll for a barracuda real quick and then set up for a shark for the last part of the day. I'm starting to think about everybody. What's the one fish you caught in the mangroves that hit hard and took you way back in and you thought you'd lose it? That was a Goliath grouper. And I've also had other big hits back here that got me. They took me into the trees and busted me off too. But yeah, I think that might just be our exclamation point Goliath command. Might be that first, smallest Goliath. Oh, actually we did catch a smaller one once. And previous. But that it was like a 20 pounder and a decent sized fish to be pulling out of the trees here. Past 10 or 15 years or so. Exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. There you go. There you go. You have an ancient oyster beds in the middle with probably 4,000 foot elevation. Jeez. That's much higher than anywhere down here. We do not get elevation at all. Bridge sounds good, says Corn Sharkin. I know it does to Sharkin, dude. Oh. There's a fish back there somewhere. Did you hear that? I heard a splash coming out from under the trees. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind just trying to find some fresh shark bait so that we're going to definitely be good to go tomorrow. I mean, I am looking forward to tomorrow, everybody. I'm mentally prepared. We got brand new line on the shark rod. We got brand new rigs ready to go. I'm definitely going to be busting out the jungle jai hooks. You know what I mean? Those bigger, blacker ones with the larger gap. Nope, I want to do better than that. I feel like I'm pitching like a bass fisherman. Oh, that was amazing. So that's how y'all bass fishermen do it. I'm going to get eaten for sure. I'm going to get rewarded for that amazing cast. That's how it works. If you're fishing the mangroves and you put your bait right in the perfect spot, you get rewarded. Come on, fish. Give me my reward. I might get rewarded by getting cut off on a branch too, though. But that was too good of a cast for it not to get eaten. Come on, fish. Are there any American Horror Story crocodiles? Yeah, crocodiles. We definitely get crocodiles down here. Sorry I didn't answer that before. I think you asked already. Somebody did. But yeah, crocodiles do come on down here. They are very, very rare actually, but their population does seem to be increasing. The American crocodile. They get big, people. They get up over 15 feet. I mean, they're not quite as big as those Australian or those Nile crocodiles. But they get big. And they love these types of areas. You'll definitely see them tucked up in the mangroves. I mean, I would be shocked if there wasn't a crocodile back here somewhere right now. There's got to be. So, this definitely isn't the type of area where I'd want to be swimming around at night. Because that is when crocodiles are most active in hunting. And up to about 10 years ago, I would have been able to tell you all that there's never been an attack on humans from a crocodile ever before in Florida. But that changed maybe about 10 years ago, like I said, maybe a little less, where there was a couple, a man and a woman, who decided to go for a late night dip on like a Friday or a Saturday night. You can only imagine that, you know, some alcoholic beverages were probably involved. And they were swimming in an area where crocodiles were known to live, seen swimming a lot. And sure enough, one of them did get chomped by a crocodile. And I'm pretty sure, I mean, I honestly don't know the whole story. I don't know if which one got bit or, you know, how bad it was. But I'm pretty sure they survived. I'm sure that you could do a quick and easy search for it and get the whole story. Because it's only ever happened once. It was in South Miami. There's a boat ramp in Miami on YouTube that has a croc that hangs out there. That's cool. I used to know of a boat ramp with a giant croc that would hang out down in the Everglades. A 14-footer. I've talked about it on stream before. And basically the whole story is there was one really, really, really cold winter that us Floridians down here remember, especially us fishing Floridians, because it took its toll on a lot of the game fish species down here, like snook. A lot of them just got killed from the cold water. And the water just got so cold that that crocodile ended up getting killed, you know? It was always hanging out in the same area next to a boat ramp, actually right next to a fish cleaning station. So it was always getting free food, and it decided to just park out there and live its whole life out there. It was the king of that territory because there were a lot of other crocodiles around. And I guess, you know, typically, if I had to guess, crocodiles probably know to go to deeper water when it is getting colder, because that deeper water stays warmer for longer. But this crocodile, I'm guessing it was just so accustomed to hanging out in the same place and never had to leave for any reason. It didn't leave. That water got too cold and it died. 14-footer. It made the news when it died. A really, really crazy, cool animal. Come on, crazy, cool animal. Eat my bait. I'm not getting it in the shade far enough. Oh, come on. No. No. Yes. Extra chum. At least I got my thing back. Yo, Sunhand, thank you for the follow. I've just been going on and on and on in my own head here. I hope you guys don't mind. But there's Scandalorian, the 3-month streaker, waking me up. I mean, out here just getting caught up in my own head here, and Scandalorian's like, slap, you're streaming through. Bring the hype. Thank you so much, Scandalorian. Very, very cool. I do appreciate the tier 1. Wiped out a lot of snook that frost year. Yes, exactly. You know what I'm talking about. That's when they were saying what was it? The iguanas were falling out of the trees because they were frozen. And a similar thing happened to that crocodile. If it was in a tree, it would have fallen out. And it was like a sure thing. You would always see it. It was always at its spot. So it was such a cool thing to go and visit. You'd feel like, oh, we're going to go see the dinosaur. You know, it looked like a dinosaur. It was massive. Okay, I saw a fish over here before. But no, I'm thinking we're going to give this like another bait or two. And then bust a move, everybody. I have to think about which bridge I want to go to. Maybe we'll go hit one of the bigger bridges. No, you know what? We'll probably hit one of our regular bridges that we've been fishing lately. Because I don't want to beat up those sharks on the bigger bridges. We're going to go there tomorrow. I want them to be unsuspecting. I don't want to give them, you know, a little taste of what's to come. And then also, we can also scope out the smaller bridges, because if there's hammerheads around there, we can just kind of focus that too. I really want to try to get that